Hey, how's it going?
Hi. I'm a bit tired, so as you can see, I lost a
No.
lot.
So I see you play a lot of Vayne, Kog'Maw, Twitch, kind of stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
So tell me about your gameplay. What do you think? What do you think you're good at? What do you think you need to work on? The works.
Okay, so I think about the game, the mechanics. I'm good. I'm not bad at mechanics, but I'm really bad a bit about the uh, decision makings. I really don't know when to group, when to fight.
Mm-hmm.
I stay maybe sometimes overstay a bit, maybe don't know when to fight, but mechanically I can I can do some plays. Mm, that's all. But I just told you that my MMR got, we can say, fucked now because I was gold 2. I just demoted to gold 5 because I am just losing, as you can see.
Right,
I
right,
really
right.
need some help for that. Thank
It seems like you're some kind of like on a slump or tilt or something along
you.
those
Yeah,
lines,
yeah.
right?
Uh I tilted a bit, as you can see, because I lost a lot.
Hmm. So I guess
So
we'll kind of see what's going on in these replays. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Let's see.
So this is a COD game, and
Yeah,
what's the other
Gogma.
game you have?
The other game I go like Twitch. It's soon uploading.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
my problem for real. I really need to find a solution to climb fast. Everyone say like it's easy to win at below elo, but I found it hard a bit.
Right. So in terms of climbing fast, right?
Yeah,
You have to be better than your opponents, right? Like
yeah.
every game, in a way that you will consistently climb. So, um, you basically want to only do good things for your team, right? Only be able to do
Yeah,
positive stuff, right? So that's always the
course.
big idea. So it always starts with laning phase, right? In
Mhm.
terms of laning, what would you say? How should you play this lane out?
Mm. I need to play this maybe aggressive because I think Kog maybe is a good pick against Kaisa, no?
So why is Kog'Maw a good pick against Kaisa?
Uh, I think at the maybe at the late game he's a bit strong than her. I, I don't know, maybe because he got some extra range about her with her W.
Right. So his range is a big factor in why you would pick Kog'Maw to Kaisa, right? So if we kind of reasoning out that our W is the reason why we would pick Kog'Maw to Kaisa, tell me
Yeah.
what's going on in this lane. What happened here?
Um, I won my lane here. Uh, that was good, but the other lanes lost. But I just did so much damage at the first fight, and uh, and after my team get some gold and we win that. So I think it's all about focusing about the laning phase.
Okay, so okay, what would I say about what ability you should start? If you say Kog'Maw's
Uh,
W is strong against Kaisa, what ability
uh,
should you start on Kog'Maw?
I should start W,
Right.
but
So
mm, I just use it VQ because I think it helped a bit about farming. That's all. I th-
the
I think like I can, yeah,
um, it's
or
like
no,
okay, sure. I think you can Q a low HP minion, right? But
yeah,
then if they hit you, how do you fight?
yeah. Reason I need to start with my W.
Right. Oh, like
Um,
there's never a situation where you would start Q. right? Unless you know
Mhm.
there was a level 1 invade and someone's running away with 5 HP and you have no flash and you you need a skill Q and hit them with it, right? I don't. That's the only thing I can come up with, right? There's pretty much you
I-
always have to get W, right? Because you know why? How can you hit him right here? Remember, you see where we're trying to like be
uh,
aggressive and harass him, right? Um,
if I got
you
my
can't.
W here, maybe I can auto her.
Right, you can hit her once, right, for some good
Alright.
harass. And you know the reason why you know it looks kind of strange is because we started Q, right? We should die here, I think, right?
Yeah, I
What's going
should
on
die
here?
here. What happened here? I just focused no one here. I just auto Lulu after auto Kaisa, auto Lulu, auto Kaisa, which is what's bad.
Well,
Uh,
what's the real problem here? What do we do here that made us lose this fight?
I
What was
was
that?
like no moving. I didn't move. I just was like uh freeze and auto attacking here maybe.
Okay, in terms of uh, how do you fight the other AD carry
I
besides auto
I kn-
attacks?
I need
Besides
to
auto
look
attacks.
for the advantages, maybe the skill, the abilities, WQ or something.
Right. So you need to use your abilities on them. Otherwise, you're gonna lose, right? Because they're gonna use their abilities on you, right?
Right.
So, what happened here that made it so that we didn't use all our abilities on Kaisa?
I just lost the fight.
No,
When
no,
I
no, like,
didn't use my abilities on Kaisa, she just did a lot of damage on me and I lost with the trade, no?
you know, a more direct question is, you know, where's our Q? Where's our Q ability?
For real here, I just fight because I got level 2 before her. I I just like okay, let's go. I am level 2 before her, so I can, no? I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
this is
you're right that you know level 2 means you can fight, but you know they got level 2 too, so it's kind of canceled out. You didn't really get the jump on them because they also leveled up, right? You're actually losing this
oh
because you don't have your Q, you don't have an ability here
yeah,
because you used it on a minion, right?
because I used that on the minute, yeah.
Right,
That's what's
exactly.
over.
So it's kind of the kind of weird things are happening because we started with this ability and we're not even. We should pretty much only use it on the other AD carry, right? In no
Alright,
case would you want to use your Q on a minion um, at this rank. Never. We'll say never for now,
I
right?
understand.
Always,
Okay.
always use it on them, and you have to hit them as well, right? So the reason why we're losing here isn't really because you know it's matchup or anything like that. You're literally missing one ability, right?
Yeah.
So that's the problem here. You're auto attacking fine here, right? You're not supposed to chase Kaisa here. It doesn't make any sense, right?
Okay.
So you know you're right. Mechanically, you know, it makes sense. You know, you're auto attacking. You didn't miss any auto attacks. You know, you're hitting the closest guy. This is good. What was the
Okay.
problem? You
Nice.
you didn't have an ability, right? That was the problem. So
Yeah.
imagine
Yeah.
if you try to fight without, let's say Jenna used her shield and they start fighting. You can't fight because Jenna has no shield, right?
Alright.
So
I
you consider
understand.
it to be
So I need to look for everything. Like what shield? If she don't have shield, maybe if I have my ability and she don't, so it will be free fight. If I have my ability and she don't, maybe that. So I just died here double kill because I don't know what I did fault here. I thought I was able to kill Kaisa here, but I didn't.
oh, how do you kill Kaisa here?
Uh, if I got my W, maybe I just W auto attack here.
Right, but you don't have W, right? We're seeing kind of a pattern here in terms of fighting, right? So
Uh,
the biggest idea right now that we're seeing is if you want to fight, you need to have
mhm.
as many resources as possible, and that means all your abilities are on. Okay, let's say you know you're level 6 and you're playing Ash versus Jin. Okay, and you have no ulti as Ash. Who wins?
Jin, for
Right,
sure, Jin is
because
gonna win.
he's gonna hit you and then he's gonna ulti and then you're like, wait a
I
minute,
just
what do I
get
do? Right?
ulti, yeah.
It's
But
super obvious, right? So this is the same thing on a smaller scale, but it's just as important, right? It's the same thing,
so,
exact same thing, right?
mhm,
It's just you have no ability, don't fight, right? So you have no
okay.
ability here, you cannot fight,
But
right?
I have a question. But
Hmm.
if my support go and I don't have my ability and he really want to trade, should I don't follow and let him die maybe?
Right,
Because
because
he
if you help
mhm.
him, what happens?
I gotta die. And
And
he
then
gotta
if you
die
don't
too.
help him, what happens?
He gotta die, but I gotta survive maybe.
So what's the difference?
Yeah. Yeah, you have reason. I have reason.
Right. If he's gonna die either way, should you die with him? It doesn't make sense, right?
No,
There's
it doesn't
literally
make
nothing
sense.
you could have done to win this fight, right? The reason why you guys
I
lost is
just
because you lost at the beginning,
yeah.
where you tried to. This is we say this is a bad fight, right? Because it started out bad. It started out poorly, and you guys try to continue a bad fight, so you're definitely gonna lose, right?
Yeah.
You
It's
guys
super
just
bad.
definitely want to get out, right? Is the
All right.
problem here? So you're just trying to fight without your abilities, and you need to level up W level 1, right? So what's the point of laning here? What's the big idea?
Uh,
What's your
I need
priority?
to I need to use all my ability like on her. I just need to look for my ability before fighting, no?
Right, right. But okay, beyond fighting, what's your goal in laning?
Uh, my goal is like have the items that I can do damage with a late game maybe.
Right. So you want to CS above everything
Yeah.
else, right? So that would tell you you don't want to fight them at all, unless you have a good reason to, right? What's a good reason to fight?
A good reason maybe maybe it's gonna be a Drake up or something. Maybe the jungler gonna come or
Remember the things we just talked about, right? What would be a good reason in terms of abilities being up or
what
down?
okay. If I got the advantage on her, maybe she don't have her ultimate and I got like all my abilities up. Maybe she don't have her flash or something. I have some advantage on her. Maybe like it's gonna be a good fight, no?
Right. You want some kind of advantage, like, oh, Lulu, you missed her shield, right? She used her shield, it was useless. Then you go in. That would be winning, right? You could consider that winning, or maybe they're tanking minions, right? So
Yeah.
the problem I think you were having was you were trying to like this is good, right? Because
Yeah.
we hit everything, so we already know that the outcome is good, right? Similar to how before when you already used your Q on a minion, we knew the outcome was bad, right? So this is kind of the idea is that if you want to fight, you need to have a reason. You can't just like try and fight without
I
a
just
reason.
like
It doesn't make sense, right?
don't fight for nothing. Okay, I
Right.
understand.
You need a reason, right? So okay, what's the reasoning here? What's the reasoning here?
I think I was poking Lulu a bit here.
Well, instead of poking, we'll say this is trading, right? Because she's hitting
Yeah,
back.
trading, because she just come on my range, as you can see. So I can maybe auto attack her easily and do some damage on her. I really need to focus Lulu because she will shield Kaisa, give her some boost damage.
So there are two big reasons here why you win this, right? What are the two big reasons?
I think mm, I really have no idea. I think like I did so much damage here.
So
She is her E here. She is her E on me. So now she don't have her shield.
well, she already used it, to hit you, so she does have it,
She,
right?
she but no, she don't have it, so I can do a lot of damage on her.
Well, okay, so let's change the question to how do you know you're guaranteed to win this trade? There are two reasons, right? So if I say the first one is she's going to tank minions, right? So that's one.
Yeah.
That's like a big reason,
I didn't see the minion aggro. Yeah. Yeah.
So if she tanks minions, it's already winning, right? So the second big reason is can Kaisa help hit you?
No, she can't.
Can Jenna help hit Lulu?
I think not too.
Well, what did Jenna do that helped?
She shielded me.
Right, so she can in a way help, right?
Yeah, she can help. Yeah.
So how many people are in this fight? Would you say?
We can say two. This one maybe.
Right. So it's 2v1, and she was tanking minions, right? So that's how you know it's very good. Right?
Minions.
So
okay.
So let's go back to this example when we died here, right? Where let's try and reason it out. Okay, so we're here, and then okay, seems like it's even, right? So how come we lost? We wasted ability, right? Equal minions.
I just waste my Q on the minion, and I got a lot of minion damage on me.
Right. So, exactly. And then how come Jenna just dies? She's tanking minions 1v2, right?
She's tanking minions 1v2, yeah.
Same thing,
and
right?
And I can't help, yeah. it's the
Exactly.
same thing
Exact
like
same
I
thing.
damage Lulu. Yeah,
Exact same
the
thing.
same
So
thing.
it's just these are the things you want to be watching out for when you're laning, right? So let's say you don't see everyone's playing super safe. None of this is really happening. What should you do? What's your main goal if none of this crazy stuff happens?
Okay, so my main goal, like, it's just to farm, as I said.
Right.
Maybe for real, I want to win the laning phase. I want to have maybe some extra gold on her.
That's getting kind of optimistic, right? Basically, your main goal is to not die
Just to farm.
into farm, right? So what happened here that's not along those goals right here?
Here, I just maybe go to attack Kai'Sa with no nothing. I got no advantage, and I just go on her for nothing. I think
Correct.
here
There's no
I
advantage
have no
here.
reason, and
Yes, there's no reason. I
and
agree.
and her minions is damaging me here.
Right. So that's
I
how you
got
know
the
that it doesn't kind of make sense. And, it shows because you guys lost that, right? Not
yeah
only, you guys lost, but she also missed her W. So imagine if she had
yeah
hit her W, you guys would
Mm,
actually, I think you guys would be dying here, right?
yeah.
So
I'd be
this
dying
is,
for sure here
so
because
this is, this is
she got her stacks of the her passive maybe.
right, right, exactly. And I think you see the jungler mid, right? But if you didn't know where their
Mhm.
jungler was, also a gank is coming as well, right? So
Yeah.
I think
Always word
oh
when I
wow, we're
push
actually
here.
dying here. Oh no.
No,
Oh,
no,
it's
no. I
so
don't. I
almost
didn't.
dying. Oh, you're gonna kill her. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I gotta kill it. I think.
We'll say on it. To be honest, though, we'll say that is
No, no,
lucky, right? Because
that was I think not lucky, but that was the bad of Kaisa maybe.
right. Like if she leaves here, you guys are lost, right? You guys lost it,
If she
right?
W me, yeah, she got me.
So it doesn't quite make sense for us. It doesn't justify doing this, right? So I think
Okay.
the clear problem we're seeing in your gameplay is there's too much focus on trying to make something
So,
happen.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Your first priority, you should be thinking to yourself, okay, what we want is just farming minions,
Mm-hmm.
right? And not dying
Farming
to gank.
minions, yeah.
And if we want to fight, you have to have a very clear reason to fight, right? You need to be able to
Yeah.
explain it to someone else, right? Okay,
But
I have minions, or they don't have an ability, or our jungler is here, so we have more people, right? But something like this is an indicator that you don't have a reason to win, so you will not win, right? You'll always go even or lose, right? So we're just losing here, right? Based on matchup, this is based on matchup, but you have two range supports and two AD carries who can do a decent amount of damage. You're just tanking minions, so you're gonna lose, right? You
Okay.
don't really have any kind of reason to trade here, right? It doesn't really make any sense. So that's like the big thing I would say. You might, reason why you might be losing games is because in the laning phase you're trying to do something that you shouldn't be doing and you get punished. Right.
Yeah, because when I go at the pro videos, they said you should focus on the laning phase, because when you win the laning phase, like the enemy will be tilted a bit, and like you gotta have more chance to win at the low elo, as you can see. No, I think.
Um, this is to an extent, laning is important, right?
Yeah.
But for most players in League of Legends, they will win lane and then throw in the mid game.
Yeah,
So what happens?
this is always what I do. This is always what I do at every game. I just win my lane, and after I lost.
Right. So let's go back to this discussion here. I'm sure we'll see
Oh, yeah.
mid game stuff later, but in terms of this fight, how do you know that this is good?
Okay, I think I have more minions than her here. Oh, no,
Well,
never
the
mind.
minions aren't hitting
Yeah,
them, right?
yeah. Her minion's gonna come. I think that Lulu actually used her E and exhaust me, so I think now I can fight her after.
Right. So, explain to me in terms of logical reasoning why you guys win this.
I think I gotta fight her because I think maybe I back and buy some items, and she didn't maybe.
So she has a BF sword, so you guys would say you're on par, right? Okay, let's say how many abilities did you land? Let's watch. Okay.
I used my W, I used my Q. I didn't use my E. Oh no, I used it.
So how
I
many
said
abilities did you
anything.
land?
I said all my abilities, my Q, my W, my E,
Right.
but
So
she
you hit everything, right?
yeah. I
Okay, now
hit
watch
everything.
Kaisa. Watch Kaisa. All right. Let's see how many does Kaisa land? All right. Take a look. Let's start from here. All right. Watch Kaisa.
She she just missed her W even.
She
She didn't use it in anything.
she didn't hit anything, right? So
She
you
didn't accuse it. What?
yeah, exactly. So that's how you know, uh,
Uh,
but let's say, imagine if this W hit you and she hit you with Q, right? It
I
doesn't
think
quite,
maybe I
make
gotta be
sense.
dead.
All right. So here's the idea: is if you wanted to do this, you're gonna hit her and leave. You want to run away, right? You want to hit her and run because you don't want to chase into them, right?
Oh, okay.
But the reason why you won is because she missed everything, right? So we can explain this logically because the side that lands more stuff wins, right? You have a clear advantage in the end because they didn't she didn't hit anything. I don't know what she was
Yeah,
doing, right? Like, it hit a minion. So
she did
um,
anything. Yeah.
but you guys could have easily lost this if she landed W, for example, right?
Mhm.
So the big idea you should be going for is it's like, it's less about how can we be randomly aggressive, but more of how can we be smart about when we pick our fights, right? The reason why we have to do this is because if you pick a fight where you cannot lose, right,
Mhm.
you're gonna win every time, and then if your enemy picks random fights, you're gonna win pretty much every single fight, right? So that's kind
I
of the
understand.
big idea on laning. You make one mistake in laning, Kaisa has no HP now, right? So it's the same thing that happened to you except in reverse, and then you guys
Yeah,
got double
at
killed level
the
1 or level
earlier,
2,
I
right?
just died
So
for one fault maybe for
right,
one.
so it's the same idea, right? Here, this is the same thing, right? We have a problem here, right? What's the problem?
Um, the minion aggro on me. Uh, and Jana maybe is not going to help me here because
Well,
she
you'll say
just
Jana's gonna help you, right? She's gonna shield you. She's gonna tornado, whatever. But you're right.
she
It's the
didn't.
minions here. You
Mm,
guys,
but
you're gonna lose this because the
but
minions are here, right?
but only the minions, yeah.
Right. Yeah, you should be losing this, right? All they had to do is turn around and hit you, and you guys die, right? You
Yeah.
guys have to use heal or flash. So it's kind of the big idea that we're gonna be seeing a lot today. Is the idea of when do you fight and how do you fight. I think because at this rank, fighting is pretty much all that happens, I would say, right?
Yeah.
Here, you definitely want to be afraid of a gank, right? Oh, what's going on here? Uh,
Oh no, no, nothing, nothing,
that's kind of
nothing special.
awkward, but you definitely don't want to tank minions, right?
I think to be
Um,
honest here, I should go to ward maybe because I didn't.
right. But you saw Zach, right? So it's
Yeah.
okay that you don't ward, right? We're like, oh, okay, Zach is here. You don't
Uh,
need to necessarily ward immediately, so it's fine. But yeah, if you didn't know where Zach was, you definitely want to know. Okay, how do you know you're winning this?
uh,
Two reasons.
Lulu is it her E and Kaisa maybe is it her Q on the minions or W? I really don't know. I just didn't focus a bit to see that.
So in terms of advantages you have, what
Mhm.
two big
Uh,
advantages do you have?
I got my thumbs up, so which is really important. My flash and my heal.
Well,
I got my ulti. Maybe I got here everything. No,
uh, there are bigger
and I got the
advantages than
minions
that.
damage too. Maybe.
Okay, minions is number one, right? Minions are almost always going to be number one, right?
Okay.
And how much
Uh,
HP is she starting with?
she have less HP than me. She even don't have V6. She don't have her ulti. I have my ulti. Uh, I think she don't have her sums. She just flash here. So I think I got a lot of advantage here. I have my minions to be number one. I have my ulti and she don't.
Right. So all these advantages, and you have no disadvantages, right? So
Yeah.
that's how you know that you're gonna win this without even having to watch, right? That's kind of the idea we're probably gonna try and train in you for your next few games, right? This is the habit you want to make: is you
Mhm.
only take good fights, right? That's how we know you
Okay.
win this without even watching. It doesn't matter what happens. We already know as long as you hit them, we win. You win.
Okay.
Oh, if
So
you walk
here,
up to this guy, oh
what
no,
happened? I just
oh no,
goes like.
oh no, what
Okay,
happened here?
you can see here. I did a big mistake. I just watched it. Jennifer pinging help. I just wanted to follow to help. So I goes and Annie ult me.
So, explain to me. You know, what happened here? Was this
Okay.
good? Was this bad?
No, this is bad
All
because I
right.
just go to the any alt range. Uh, I think I should maybe flash here, or I really shouldn't even go to Anya. I think
Right. Why is that?
because Annie get her stand here as you can see she got her hour, and maybe Javafur want to jump on it a bit early. Think, and I really
So,
just go in the front line that I really shouldn't do that.
do you have any advantages here? Would you
No,
say?
no, because I really is it my W? She gonna be maybe end soon. I think I think maybe I can flash here, but I didn't.
Right. It's just you have no way to help. Right. It's just it doesn't make sense, right? You're just gonna die if you
To
walk
be
up here.
honest, I really
Right.
can't react to any or here.
Right.
I just watched myself dying.
And there's no other, they also have a TP coming, right? So you have less people than them, so you know that you guys are just dying. It's like
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to see the TP, but
I have a question. So here, what I should do here? I think I should back. That's all.
right. So if you leave to your tower, what happens?
Maybe they're gonna try to dive me or something. Uh,
Well, what's going on mid while Annie shows up bot?
I think mid maybe can push her tower and get the first tower maybe.
Right. So well, he's not gonna get first tower, right? Because
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
they're
yeah.
gonna
He's
defend, but
not
she's
losing the
losing
first tower.
minions, right? When
Yeah,
Fizz
she's
pushes, you're helping Fizz when you don't die to this game, right? So it's kind of this is kind of like you're trying to help, but you have to be aware of how the enemy is going to kill you, right?
Mhm.
You cannot help if you're gonna die. Is the big idea, right? So let's ignore Camille TP for a second and say how do you help him without dying? You can't. So that's how you know
I
you don't
can't say
want
I
to.
can't.
Right. That's
I
how you know
can't.
you don't really want to help because you just instantly die. You have no. There's nothing you can do here, right? Um, even
Yeah.
in,
I,
even if it wasn't matchup dependent, the enemy bot lane could be in base, and this is still a bad idea. You could say, right? Um,
mhm.
it's kind of like the big idea for sure is all your mistakes have stemmed from you want to fight, but you don't.
Mhm.
You just only want to fight, right? It's just there's no real you need to have a reason to say we can win this fight, right? Because it's basically your only mistakes. Would you say, right?
Yeah. It's
I
really
would
my
I would
mistake
agree.
though.
It's just
Uh,
every time you've picked a bad fight, something bad has happened. Usually.
mhm.
Okay, we're trying to do scuttle. Okay, I think
Yeah,
that's
I just
fine.
get it because it gives a lot of XP now and gold maybe
hmm If you
on
can
mini
get away
push.
with getting it, I think that's fine, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
what are we doing? Yeah,
uh,
we're kind of doing something strange here as well, right? We definitely don't want to use
to,
Q on the minions, right?
to be honest, yeah, I just use it kill on minutes. I really want to say something. I am not Cog main. I just played like 4 or 5 games with him. I just play him because he's good at this method. That's all.
Right. So, it's true that sure, if you haven't played COG, sometimes you won't know what good ability value is, but in general, you don't want to use abilities on minions, right?
Mhm. Okay.
Unless you have a specific reason, right? Say like you're playing
Uh,
Caitlyn and you want to push the wave, right? So COG Q never use on minions, pretty much, right?
okay.
Is the big idea.
When I play at Twitch, sometimes I just go W on the minions,
Right,
auto,
right,
auto,
right.
auto, and E to push it maybe before
Right,
backing.
so you would have a reason to do so, right?
Mhm.
Similar to how you have a reason to fight, you have a specific reason why you want to use your ability on minions. So, if you have, what's the reasoning behind using your Q on this minion, right? Do we have a reason?
I just no, I don't have a reason. I was even
I
able
agree.
to auto attack him maybe
Right,
and get
I
it.
agree. Yeah, so it doesn't really make sense. So in terms of this fight, can you explain why you won this fight?
I think Lulu. Yeah, Kaisa was focusing Jana. She didn't auto attack me even one time. She used everything on Jana. Her Q, her E, not her E, her W, her Q, and I just keep attacking Kai'Sa, so I just killed maybe.
Right.
Yeah,
So she tried to kill Janna, and then you landed everything on Kaisa. Right.
yeah.
So that's how you
I
know
just
it's
did
winning.
everything like Kai'Sa. Yeah.
Right. So you hit everything. Is the big idea. Right. And then she tried to chase Janna. I don't know what's going on, but that was
Yeah,
kind of weird.
I don't know.
Oh, here this
This
is
is
a
called
gank
innocent.
apparently. Oh
Yeah, this
my
is the game.
god, that Janna tornado is disgusting.
Yeah,
Okay, we are out here.
and I really lost my flash here. By the way, we just got to the top lane and we're in.
Oh well, that's unfortunate, right? But you could
I really
probably
have a
still win.
question. Like,
Yeah. What's up?
I think some games are not winnable. Maybe when you play like with two AFK or something, or I really should always play.
Wait, say again. You can't. You feel like you can't win sometimes when it's two AFK, which is pretty true, right? How do you win without teammates? What was the second
Yeah.
part you said?
Uh, the general idea, not every game not every game are winnable, I think.
Right. So what should you be focusing on? Would you say?
Um, maybe some games like I can't like win it. I don't know. Maybe like sometimes I got tilted. Maybe someone flame, and like for real, someone who are bad like support will take some bad engages and all, and he really just flame or something. I just say okay, this is like a game that I really should that win. This is like not winnable with teammates like that, as you can see. The
Yeah.
general idea, I think some games aren't winnable.
Right. So the big idea is that you're just always trying to improve your gameplay so that when you do have a winnable game, you're winning every time.
To to be honest, I just play to win here. I don't play to improve. I don't even focus here. I just play brain dead, to be honest.
Right. So that's something you might want to focus on is
Mhm,
you go into game, right? Okay. So the way we're trying to like run coaching is that we're trying to
mhm.
have you build good
Improve.
habits to win games, right?
I
Like say for
I think
example. Oh, sorry. What were you
I,
saying?
I have something that I really need to ask. Some challengers players say like the game starts of the champion select. Like the game start at the champion select. They need to say like you need to think when when the when the champion select start, not at the game. So the general idea, the game start at the champion select. What runes you gonna do? It's against the enemy. What pick you gonna do? Like it's like in the enemy too. I think I'm not fault, right? Like
You're not what?
the game start at the champion select.
Right. So you're asking, why or how do we kind of use that? How do we kind of put that into practice?
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is the way I look at champion select is I'm looking at loading screen, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, how do we play this lane out? Right? What do we want in this lane? And then you factor in the jungle and you say, okay, how strong is the enemy jungle gank? Right? And then you look at maybe mid lane, top lane, can top lane TP bot and can mid lane roam? Right? That's kind of the big
Mm-hmm.
ideas. And then with that combined knowledge, you'll be able to say, okay, this is how we play out the lane, right? Maybe we want to push, maybe we don't want to push, maybe we want to trade, maybe we want to wait for hooks, right? Anything like that, right? Is kind of the way to view
Understand.
the way to view it, right? That's what I do at least, right?
To be
But we don't have to be that specific yet. I think for now we just have to say something like, how do we want to play the lane out, right?
mhm. What
So
s-
I think a lot of this can be explained. A lot of your gameplay can be explained in the simple idea of I think you try to fight everything you see,
yeah,
right?
yeah, sure.
Like say for
Yeah.
example, when we get to here, right? How do we know you can't win this without
I
watching?
think Kaisa just flashed a few seconds ago, and she really isn't her ultimate. I got the minion aggro here, as you can see.
Uh huh.
So I think it's really a free fight. I got my 6 stack of the Rage Blade here. So I think everything is okay here. And for the final thing, I got I got a level advantage on her. I am level 10 and she level 9.
Right. So how can we know you're gonna die here if you know all that?
Uh, so here the thing that I did, what I just flashed into Kaisa. I really, to be honest, I really didn't know that Annie would come to me. I just agreed to get the kill. To be honest,
Right. So
uh,
it's kind of like how did I know that you were gonna die before you did? Right. Even though
I
you have
think I should look at the minimap and think like, so if I go into Kaisa, someone gonna come here. So I need to think before I go.
right.
Maybe.
So you need to look at the map and say how many people do they have? How many people do I have?
Yeah. How many
So how
people
how
do
many how many people do they have?
so here they have maybe 3 here, cause Lou and Zach is dead. We
Hmm.
can say like Camille is top, so we can say they have 2 here.
Right.
Maybe.
You could say Kaisa counts too, right? So you could say
Yeah.
there's
Oh
three,
yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
can say Camille has TP if you don't know what the TP timer is, right?
Yeah. I
So
really
you can
don't
say
know.
it's 4, right? Camille TP into Tribush,
Okay.
and then if Annie walks bot, how do you stop her?
I can't.
Right. So that's 5. So I got 5 people here, right?
I gonna be die here. Yeah.
That's how we know. It's just if it's 2v1, you're probably gonna die. If it's 3v1,
Mhm.
you cannot win. If it's 5v1, you know that there's impossible, right?
This is impossible. Yeah.
Right. So that's how we know that the problem with your I think gameplay is that yes, you are good mechanically, except sometimes you use Q on the minion, but
Yeah.
that's not as big of a problem, right? The
Mhm.
problem is that you are trying to fight no matter the advantage or disadvantage.
Yeah, I
Right? No matter
really
what
now
happens, you're trying to
don't
fight.
think like I told you. I just play to win. I don't care. I really was demoted from gold 2 to gold 5. This is really sad, I think.
Right. Yeah, it is pretty tilting, right? But to be honest, the league is built in such a way that you cannot kind of play to win based off your mechanics
Mhm.
anymore. It doesn't work that way, right? Maybe a few years ago you could kill Kai'Sa, turn around, kill Lulu, and then run away from mid or something. But nowadays it doesn't matter kind of how good you are. They're not gonna you can't win 1v5.
Yeah,
Right? It's just not gonna
I
work.
think
You need to outsmart your opponents, right? Is how you win nowadays, right? Because even though you came out of lane not too bad, you can for sure still win this game. Right?
yeah,
Even though your team is losing, you can 100% still win this game, right? You would say this is a winnable game, for sure, right? So how do you win? You generate as much gold as possible. You play team fights cleanly. You don't get caught, right? So something like this is, we would consider kind of throwing, right?
yeah. This is like a kind of throwing. I just flashed into here. Uh,
Oh
yeah,
no.
and I just go like so badly here. I go to her and I can do nothing here.
Right. How do you know? You're trying to fight everything you see, right? So how do you know you can't win this?
She's first. She's 3 level behind me. She
Uh
got
huh.
minions. She got her ultimate.
Well, she has
So
no minions, right? Because there are no minions hitting you near
but
this fight, right?
but anyway, we can say like she's fit a bit. She have more items than me, I think. So she have a 3 level advantage on me. This is really huge. And she got her ultimate who can stun me like. So I think she got like a 3 level. All right.
Right.
No?
So levels is the big one, and matchup based, right? She
Yeah.
will use her abilities faster than you can use all yours. For example, right?
Yeah.
She can kill you faster than you can kill her. So we know that just off this information, 0% chance you can win, right?
To be honest, I just got up because, as you can see in the chat, Jana said go top for fuck's sake or something. So I just really goes like that. I'm not gonna like get flamed by my teammates. I just
Uh,
really
well,
I,
it's like
I
you
didn't think.
you can go top, but you shouldn't try to fight her,
Mhm,
right? You can maybe say stay under tower, and then say something like,
mhm.
"Oh, if she tanks tower, we can win." Right now, tower is
Oh,
helping me, right? Or maybe you can wait until Janet comes top, and you can 2v1, right? Remember, numbers is
Mhm.
a huge
Yeah,
advantage, right?
the numbers is
Um,
important. Yeah.
but I
Okay.
think you just try and hit her, right? Look, you try to throw abilities at her, right? And so you're just automatically gonna lose, right?
I just
Is trying to fight.
try to
That's how
kite,
you lose.
but which is bad. Yeah.
All right, so this is the big idea: is we want to try to
To look at everything before fighting.
right. What I would say for you is do not fight ever.
Mhm.
Right. For now, we're just gonna say the way you work on this is to not fight. Right. And then
Mhm.
when a fight appears, right, when you have the opportunity, you say, before you hit anyone, you say, what is the advantage? Why do we
Mhm.
want
Where's
this?
the advantage?
And then if you
What?
cannot come up with anything,
Mhm.
don't walk up. Right. You don't want to even get in range because you walk up nowadays to anything, right? To this, you're automatically losing. Right. Let's say this is a Fizz. Are you dead?
Yeah.
If this is an
Uh.
Aurelia, do you die?
Yeah. I die.
Right. It could be what else is top these days? What about Garen? I think you died to Garen too, right?
Yeah. I die too.
Garen Flash, right? Pretty much everything in this game um kills you. So the big idea is, what should you do? Oh, you just want to farm. So you don't want to
uh.
fight unless you have
I
some
just
kind
need
of
to
big
farm. Yeah.
advantage. Right?
Mhm.
What if Jarvan is sitting behind you? Do you want to fight?
Maybe yeah.
Right. Why is that?
I feel like maybe EQ her. It, maybe if he EQ her, she gonna be standard. So I can alter her as much as possible with the Genzo Rage. No.
Right, I agree. Right, if Jarvan can land his abilities, you guys can 2v1. Right, or maybe if
Mhm.
Jenna is there, she can ulti her off. Right, anything like that. But you need a reason. That's the important thing. Is that you need a reason
Okay.
to fight. Otherwise, every time you've tried to fight without a reason, you have lost. Right,
I
every time.
I really have a question here. Can I
Hmm.
hit the diamond here, or it's really
Can
impossible? Like
say again?
for for the season, hitting diamond, maybe diamond 5.
Oh, you have plenty of months, right? It's definitely possible, right? The thing
Uh,
is, you, the idea is that if you to be a diamond player, you need
mhm,
to constantly improve, right? Week by week. So it's kind of it'll be hard, but it's
mhm.
not impossible, right? I had a student that got to diamond within a month, right,
I
from
have a
gold.
question. So at your at your first season, what you was?
I think I got to 1500 or 1400, so that's silver. I think silver gold
Uh,
for my first season, right? And then it just went up a tier every season after that.
uh,
So,
can you go at my op.gg and see how much games I played this season?
oh wow, that's a lot of games.
I think like I played more than a challenger player, maybe.
It's possible. Well, the big idea is uh, the reason why it seems like we're not making progress is because um, maybe you're not actively working on something to improve on each game,
To be
right?
honest, I spammed Vayne at the first of the season when she was OP. I just like 1v9 every game and they won. I didn't lost, but when she was nerfed, I just like lost every game with Vayne. So I just like chose it to try Twitch. So he was easy a lot, but I swear I really never win against Rengar as Twitch.
Right.
I never.
You know what the reason is because you probably try to fight someone and Rengar is there, right? And he comes out and kills you. Right?
Yeah.
It's probably what
I
I'm
have
thinking.
a, a, a question. Yeah, when to fight? Like when you play against Rengar?
So, oh, how come you can't fight when Rengar's around? Because he's gonna
Yeah,
ulti you, right?
yeah.
So what do? Oh, maybe you wait until he has no ulti. Maybe he might make a mistake. Or say if you can see him, you're gonna win. So you put a pink ward down. Or let's say you cannot win, even if you see him. Then what do? You can't fight. You just wait.
I
Let's
just
say you sit at your
stay
base.
with my teammate,
Right.
stay at the backline, and never try to do something. So
Right, exactly. And then if it gets to 50 minutes and Rengar doesn't have a kill, what happens?
I think it's okay. He
Yeah,
can do nothing at the
is
game.
that winning or losing? Right, that's winning. Right,
It's winning. It's winning
he
for
needs to
sure.
kill people. Right, exactly. So
To
you should
have
be
items, to have damage, to have gold. Yeah,
right, exactly.
he need
So
to kill people.
against these assassins, your first priority is to not die. Right. How do
Yeah.
we know you guys win without watching this picture right here?
Uh.
Right here.
Okay. So we are here. We are free here, and there are two.
Right.
So this is really free.
All right, it's
To be
three v
honest,
two. It's just 3v2, right? So
yeah.
similar to how you're a bot, and they were 3v1, cannot win. Here, they cannot win. Doesn't matter what they do, right? They need
I
like Annie or
was
something, or I don't know. They need more people here to win. So they just automatically lose, right? We don't even have to watch, right? Oh, what about this one?
I was kiting a bit here, as you can see.
Right. This is
Mm,
3v1, right? So
Yeah,
this Kaisa
that's
is this
true.
Kaisa is Dunzo. So I don't know what she's doing, or maybe 3v2 because they have a Zac here too. But you guys
Uh,
are you guys are gonna win this eventually, right? Overall, this is winning. So this is the kind of fight you want. Is
mhm,
you pick smart fights where you cannot lose, and that's how you kind of play League of Legends nowadays. Is how do you
to be
kind of
mhm,
generate
mhm.
advantages, right? You fast forward this, you guys are gonna win, right? So it's good for your team, right? This is what you want.
Yeah,
But
it's good.
every
It's good.
time you take a bad fight is called a throw, right? That's the thing we want you to avoid from now on. Is you don't want to fight unless you can come up with the reason, okay? Because I think for you we're at an extreme where we fight everything, and I don't think that's it's not really helping you improve, right?
Mhm.
Uh, I think
So
the first
here,
step.
mhm,
Or same
I
thing
thought.
here, right? We're trying to fight immediately without thinking about this, right? How do we know this is not good?
So Lulu and Kaisa is close here. They can come fast and help it. I
Well, first thing you think of is numbers advantage, right?
yeah,
Does York have
Camille
TP?
level a lot. I really can do nothing to Camille here.
Right. So does York have TP? Do you know?
No, I have no
So
idea.
that's how you know you probably don't want to take this fight. And I think you got lucky here because she
It's
kind of suicided into your team, right?
yeah.
She could have easily left, or she could have ulted you, or anything like that, and I think you would be losing here, right? You can
Mhm.
even say Kaisa ulti is coming, and you would still lose. So this is definitely a losing position, right?
Mhm.
So if you see this, what should your first reaction be after this coaching session?
Uh, I gotta maybe I gotta maybe think before any fight. What's the advantage?
Right.
Maybe.
You say, "Oh, do we want this?" And you say, "No." Okay, don't fight. Right?
Hmm.
Because you can't come up with a reason to fight, right? What do you do instead? You just farm minions. You're happy killing minions because that's winning the game, right? Anything like this is kind of opportunities to lose, I would say, right? And we definitely got lucky here, but as you can see, your team is losing this fight because they have more people,
They are losing
right?
here, but I think I did a lot of damage here.
Right. Your mechanics are really good compared to the other people at this rank, right? The auto attack spacing, targeting, it's all very good, right? So the reason
Hmm.
why you're losing fights isn't because sure you missed an ability the first time, but the reason why you're losing fights is because it's
I
impossible to
don't
win
think.
in the first place, right? That's kind of the one thing I think you should be working on is how do we make sure that we don't take bad fights? Okay, but when you get the urge to attack someone, ask yourself, is this a good fight? And if it's not,
Mhm.
then you don't attack. Okay, that's
I,
that's the big
I
idea.
have a question. I
Hmm.
hear I just asked it for Baron and my team say no. So, is this was a good call or no?
Oh no, you can't
Because
Baron. You can't Baron, right? How do we know you can't Baron? Let's go back here. Let's
okay,
go back. How do we know you
uh,
can't Baron?
Jenna don't have her HP maybe, and the and maybe Fizz aren't alive. Yorick is going to push. So so I think this is the general idea, no? And
Right.
oh yeah, I think the enemy team did reset and buy something with their gold, and we didn't, and we maybe overstay. They come to fight us, and they win, and they got the Baron. I think this is what's gonna happen though.
Right. So Baron is really hard to kill. So you're right. There's just you just can't really do it. Right. What happens if what happens if you start Baron? Right here. Right here is what we're talking about. Right. You
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
kill them. You go to Baron. Camille TPs. What happens?
We just I just died for the first. Um I think everyone gonna be dead here. For
Right, you're
sure.
you're gonna die if Camille TPs, right? So what happens is that let's say you guys do Baron and the enemy team is spawning in 30 seconds, right? So you need to kill Baron as soon as possible. So let's say your team is this, right? We'll say this is your team, and we'll
Mhm.
say Camille TP'd here. Okay, she's gonna stand there and watch you guys, right?
So
And then
maybe we gotta be loads with the Baron because Baron do much damage. She just gotta last it as maybe. Right?
Right, exactly. You're just gonna last hit you. She's gonna stand here, watch you guys do it, and then jump in and kill someone, right? And it's like, oh, what do you do now, right? Or she can even be over here, right, over the wall, and then you guys are doing it and jump over, kill someone,
And
right?
she jump and
How do you guys
kill.
stop that? You guys can't stop that. Is the problem, right? And then you can say, oh, Janna is going to tornado it. Okay, she just kills Janna first, right? And then you guys have a problem, right? And you say, oh, maybe Jarvan can combo, right? You guys have no HP. You guys are just dying to Baron, so you can't actually do Baron here, right? This patch, Baron got a lot stronger, right?
Yeah.
So you need to have a big reason to do Baron, like maybe in 30 minutes, you guys can kill Baron really quick. So Baron won't hurt you guys. Then you can do Baron, right? Oh, that fight's lost, right? Because you have less people. So goodbye, Janna, right?
Yeah, yeah. Janna is dead here, but
They
I
started
got
Baron. You guys
there
can
go.
win. It's the same thing. You just let them die
It's
to
the same
Baron
thing.
and you win.
So I
Yorick
just go
is dying.
to I need to kill it because I got my range here. I got it. I go
Right.
to Lulu.
You just
She's
hit the
free.
closest guy. You just hit the closest guy because they try
yeah.
to do Baron, right? And then maybe you guys can do it because it's 26 minutes, right, instead of 23 minutes. And then you guys, they have no one can stop you now, so it's better here, right? Is you can immediately do it, right? I would say that is a very good call. And you play perfectly here, right? All you had to do is hit the closest guy, and you're winning, right?
Yeah. So this is the thing. What I need to do as an AD carry, just hit the closest target to your range.
Right. Hit the closest guy, and you're automatically winning, right? The only the way you throw as an AD carry is like we did earlier, is when we take bad fights, right? Trying to fight everything we see. So your mechanics are much better than everyone here, right? Would you say? I would say so. Right. So
yeah,
what's the thing you need to work on? Making sure you don't take bad fights, right? So is this a good fight here?
No, it isn't because Annie have her stand maybe, and oh no. I think maybe this is a good fight. I think. Wait. Let me see. Oh
It's
no
not
no no.
sure, right?
It's not. It's really not sure, to be honest.
Right. So if Annie flashes on you, what happens?
I just got one shot here.
Yeah, I think you're dying. Even with Janna shield and your heal, I think you're dying, right? Especially if Kaisa is anywhere near here, right? So it's the kind of idea that we're seeing is you're playing too far up. You're trying to fight everything, and you're in range of their engage, right? Is I think the sum of your gameplay, right? Oh my God, she's like super close now, right? So it's kind of the big idea is kind of make sure you're not picking bad fights. Right? If you're not sure, you should be happy pushing waves, right? You're happy farming minions, right? Because that's winning as Kog'Maw,
So
right?
what's the general secret on the laning phase?
Sorry, say it again.
What's the secret on the laning phase?
Like how to win?
Yeah. How to win
So
laning phase?
basically, the way to win laning phase is you're getting all your farm, right? You're not dying to gank, and you're playing your matchup outright, right? So these three things in conjunction will win you every laning phase up, even in Challenger. Okay, so so how do you do this? Number one, don't die to gank, right? It's just pretend they're ganking you all the time, right? So if you flash away from gank, that's good, right? Because you wasted your jungler's time, right? Okay, two, how do we get all our CS? Okay, we just last hit, right?
Yeah.
Easy enough. Three, how do we play our matchup right?
Okay.
So if
matchup,
you have
matchup, so you just told me like don't take bad fights. So I just really need to go for good fights maybe.
Right. So let's talk about matchups. So let's say this is Vayne and Nami versus Jinx and Thresh, right? So what do you want to do? Oh, you want to trade, right? Because Nami has heal. Right. So every time you trade, you're winning. Right. That's why you would trade. That's why you take those fights. And then every time you get hooked, you're losing. Because that's their matchup. They want to hook you.
That's your matchup, yeah.
So simple, right? This is just trade versus catch. You want to trade and avoid being caught, right? Let's see any of these where this is just what is this? Let me see. You have Vayne and Zillion. So what is this? Catch, right? Versus catch as well. So whoever lands, based on the support, whoever lands their abilities is winning, right?
To be to be honest here, I just played 1v2 because Zillion did nothing here. I just dodged a Q Morgana and I all in. So I just flash the ADC. I kill it. I really don't know how I got this damage, but I just got a lot of kills there, and I got golds, items.
Right,
I
it's
just
really
have a lot of
interesting.
damage.
But it seems like a lot of times we're giving up a lot of deaths, probably to the same thing we've been talking about, right? So something like
Uh-huh.
this would be like, in lane, how do we play this out? Oh, it's poke catch versus poke, right?
Mhm.
And they have some kind of catch as well
I
in Jin
don't.
W.
I have a question. So the second video coaching, it's not needed.
Oh, we can take a look, right? But I think it'll be the exact same thing. Right?
Okay.
Is you're playing Twitch, you're trying to
Yeah,
take every
I
fight you
am.
see, and then if it's bad, you lose, right? I think that's the big problem, right? When you play like this, when you have winnable fights, you always come out on top, right? This is winnable because for whatever reason, she got exhausted perfectly, right? So
Yeah.
that was
I
really good. And then you guys kited it out with Flash, so this is winnable, right?
I
So
just
your
kited.
mechanics
Yeah.
made you win, right? You out mechanics them, and then you automatically win. You land everything, you're good to go, right? You didn't even hit Kaisa here, you're winning, right? So
I just needed
oh,
to.
Kaiser too good. We didn't
Yeah,
have
Kai'Sa
we didn't
was
have
good,
W,
but
right? So it's kind of awkward, but at least you guys went even, right? So the big idea is,
I have a question for.
yeah,
Mhm.
what's up?
Uh, is my builds good here or
Oh,
wrong?
I think it's fine, right? The build is a okay, right? Maybe you'll say something like maybe you want like a guardian angel or something, I don't know, but this is perfectly fine, right? Build
Mhm.
wise, right? You're
Okay.
still trying to hit the closest guy, and you're good to go. Um, it's
So
more of like being in positioning wise. I think it's fine. It's just when you have it's just you always try and fight is the problem earlier in the game is kind of
I
where
have a
things
question.
went
So
wrong. Yeah.
as you say, I really always fight. So when I have no advantage, even if my team go on team fight, I really shouldn't follow there.
So here's the idea. Okay, so your team doesn't know what they're doing, right? So some fight comes out and it starts out really bad. What should you do? You should help them, but you don't want to chase,
So
right?
so maybe if I fight with my team, I gotta be dead, and maybe if I don't go, I gotta be alive. So I think maybe don't uh, don't following my team will be good. No.
It depends, right? Okay, let's say this Kaisa died instantly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Should her team come help?
Yeah. No. They shouldn't, cause
Right,
cause they gotta be dead too here.
right. So because she died instantly, right? Okay, let's say she ate Fizzle and she lived, right? Should her team come
Uh,
help?
yeah, yeah,
I
they
agree,
should. I
right?
think.
Because
I
you can kite
agree.
it out, right?
They can cut all of our and it's Kaiser and Kaiser it's too good
Right. They can
and
it's
strong.
kind of what's the advantage for them? Oh, the team is chasing is losing, right? The team that's chasing is at a disadvantage, right? So if you guys chase, maybe they can win, right? So let's say your team started a bad fight, maybe in this jungle, right? What should you do? Oh, you can try to help, but all you want to do is hit the closest guy, and if things look really bad, you leave, right? Is the big idea, right? So
Right.
something like this doesn't look too good, so you want to kite it out, but what do we do instead?
Um, I think I really just didn't move. I was like auto attacking and moving,
Right,
but
you're trying to move forward, right?
mhm,
So that's kind of the idea is you want to hit and kite, right? If you don't know you're winning, you assume losing, right? So if she
mhm.
hadn't exhausted him, you would instantly die, right? So that's you're seeing it's the common pattern of don't try and fight everything you see
Okay.
because who else is missing? How many people are at this fight?
I think now there are two, and here we are three. So maybe it's like an
Well, how many
okay
people
five.
do they really have?
I think
You can
here they have four for
Yeah,
real.
they have four
Cause
because Zach and Kaisa are somewhere, right? and then you guys have
we are
literally
sure that that Camille are bot here.
right. But your fizz your fizz is in base, right? So that's how we
Yeah,
know that you don't want this. That's how you know you wanted
yeah,
to kite. You wanted to run, right? The only reason why it was okay is because just Janna's exhaust was
because
clutch, right? You were
and
saved
I
by
got a
Janna.
lot of crit here.
Right. And you almost one shot him, but he still lived. So Janna saving you is the big one. And then for some reason, uh you guys are barely cutting it out, but I think they could have easily won this, right?
Mhm.
They could have definitely. I mean, you guys did not win. I would say this is a losing fight, almost
Maybe.
barely equal.
Mhm.
So the reason is you just had less people, right? This is the big idea
Yeah,
we want you to work on
I
is
think maybe if Fizz was here, because Annie is her mid lane, and we got Fizz as mid lane. If maybe Fizz come here, it's gonna be 100% win fight here.
right. I agree because they're chasing.
Yeah,
And
they're
you got
chasing.
good. You landed all your abilities. Well, you landed your W on Annie, so this is winning. But he's not here, so you guys lose, right? It's kind of the idea is that it doesn't matter how good mechanically you are. If you are at such a bad disadvantage, you cannot win, right?
Mhm.
You are
And
much
so,
better than these guys mechanically. You still lost, right? You still didn't win. So the problem is that you always keep doing this when you don't know if you're winning or not. And then let's say you're playing against me. You're playing against 5 challengers, right? Do you
yeah,
think you're winning this?
no, I never.
Right. So
Not because you're a challenger or something, but I just gotta go for every fight here. So so I think I really need to change this attitude. I need to look for good fights here,
yes, the only good fights, right? If you don't
and
know,
mhm.
you pretend it's a bad fight, right? This is the big idea. You don't run forward, you run backwards, right?
And I really
Um,
need my abilities for the matchups better. You can look for the second game maybe
yeah.
fast.
Let's take a quick look.
I just sent you on the
Okay,
Discord
let's take a look.
because I made it. Okay.
All right, let's fast forward, and then we'll say something like
You can say
first.
at the beginning we got invaded.
Oh,
I
okay,
think.
okay. Should be fine. Let's skip to the mid game stuff, or let's start watching when fights happen. Something like this. So, if they miss, that's your advantage, right? That's how
Mhm.
you know you want to fight. Is okay, they missed, right? Assuming no jungler, right? You're winning 2v2, right? Okay, this is losing, right? So we want to get out, right? That's kind of how I'm thinking when I'm playing. Is how do we know it's good or bad, right? Is you get hit, you're
Uh,
losing. They miss, you're winning, right? It's kind of the idea, right?
the
Uh,
hit I'm winning with us. Yeah.
Right. And then, if how do we know we want this? Is this good or bad?
Uh, I think I really wanna lose this because she E me, and when she E me, I gotta have a lot of damage. But I have I have pickaxe here, and she have boots of attack speed. I think here I have more damage than her. Maybe
Right. But
she
how
have her
come you
ulti
say
and I
yeah,
don't.
she has her ulti. That's the advantage, right? If she's level 5, I think you're winning cuz you just run back into your minions. You're good to go, right? Then your advantage is minions and you're winning, right? But she's level 6. So she's going to ulti you if you're not careful. Why does she lose this? When she jumps, this is not good for her. Why?
Cause minion gonna maybe also her,
Mhm.
and I got Soraka close to me, and Morgana are maybe far away to him. So
Right.
so maybe
2v1,
Morgana
right?
can't help. Yeah,
Right,
two
yeah.
v one
Two v
here.
one and you have minions, so we don't have to watch. This is the important idea is that we don't even have to know, right? She might also you here, but it's not winning for her, right? She's definitely dying, and then of course your team's here, she's gonna die. So fast forward, we don't even have to watch, right? That's the did she die? Oh yeah, she died. Okay, that's the
Yeah,
big
she did.
idea is that you want to kind of only fight when it's good, and then it'll always turn out good. Is the idea, right?
Oh yeah,
This is,
on this game I got 0 kills to be honest,
oh, that's kind of unfortunate, but
and
oh,
I
we're dying
and I
here.
lost it.
Right. So this is part of our laning. Is how do we not die to gank? Right.
I think here I really should back here.
Right.
I just overstayed. To be
Don't hit the
honest,
tower. You just want to base.
don't hit tower. To be honest, I just wanted to get the farm that I missed when their ADC was too aggressive on me. I really didn't farm like her. I just wanted to have a bit advantage on the gold, but I just
Yeah.
stayed and died.
So here's the secret: is that this amount of money is does not make a difference at this rank. This amount of money does not make a difference at any rank unless you're above challenger, right?
Mhm.
What's the reasoning? Because something else will happen to make the money irrelevant. Someone's going to die to a gank, right? Which is what you do. So this money doesn't matter, right? Or they're going to die to a gank. So the money they have doesn't matter, right? The big idea is kind of don't worry about maximizing, trying to get an extra wave or trying to get extra tower damage because you're always going to die when they engage. Right.
Okay.
Like let's say what else do you die to? Not only do you die to TP, but I think gank here is also you're dying to gank, right?
Yeah.
Because you have
And
no flash. So
if they gank, I'm gonna be dead too.
remember you remember your priorities is that you only care about making money, not dying to
Mhm.
gank, and you're playing your matchup right, which is
To
you
be
know
honest, too,
only good fights.
this pick was bad to pick Twitch against this maybe or no.
No, I don't think it's bad at all. I think it's just fine lane. It's just you just need to make sure you don't get binded, and as long as you're making money, you're happy, right? So this is really the only factors you really need, right? So what's going on here that we think is not too good here?
I really have no vision here.
Right.
Uh, and they pushed here,
So how
so
many people do they have? In if do they
uh,
show up here?
I think here they have three here.
Yes, they have Master Yi, they have Tristana and Morgana. How many people do you have?
I have only two. I have
Agree.
only me and Soraka.
So who wins if you face check this bush?
Here the enemy team will win.
I agree. And then if you even here, who wins if they come out from Tribush, since you have no flash?
The enemy team too.
I agree. So that's how you know is that what should you do instead? We just push this and run, right? Until we can see maybe Master Yi, right? Then you know it's 2v2 and you go okay. But the problem here is that I think we're kind of not respecting man advantage, right?
I
Is
have a
that
question.
more people is winning, right? Huh?
When I lost my first turret, what I should do?
Uh, Usually you just want to farm bot, right? If it's we're in a losing situation, but maybe you guys just lost tower because unlucky, or you died to a gank, and you can still match them. Then you can go fight them in whatever lane they're at. So if they go top, you go top, right? But
I
at the
understood.
end of the day, what really matters is are you getting enough money, right? You want your
Mm,
own lane. That's the only thing that's the biggest thing that matters is that you're getting your own lane, right? So if you lose your tower, then you say, oh, what lane can I go to generate income for myself, right?
maybe go at the lane which is not pushed. Okay, to be honest here, I just wanted to do something,
Right.
but
So this is the thing. This is the thing we're talking about here, right? Is how do you know this is good?
I think here we are more than her because their ADC was bot still, and Xerath have her or and maybe Vi gonna come here. I got my flash and my heal and my R up, so I just think here that I can do something and escape fast.
It's true that maybe if you have something that can go really fast, you can kill her and get out. But I think most of the time this is just 3v4, so losing, right? Or 3v5 if they have TP, right? And I think they even have exhaust, so there's nothing you can do, right? It's just
But here I just maybe damaged more Morgana and I here escaped.
oh my god, he let you go. Oh my god, what the heck? He okay. Not only did Talon let you go, but Tristana can jump over as well, right? But
But she
wow,
didn't follow here.
I think you play this really.
Bad.
It's
Yeah.
not. It's not. It's like it's not a good idea, right? Let's
Okay.
say you watch this on TV and you say and you're placing bets on this. Okay, what are the chances this works out of 100%?
Uh, maybe zero, I think.
We're not sure, right? Maybe 50%, right? What do
Okay,
we
maybe
what do we
50.
want? What's the percentage that we want?
What I okay, to be honest here, I just think that they do Drake. Okay. What I want here, I just want to kill Morgana.
Well, no. What percentage do we want to make a play? Like, what chance does it have to
Uh,
be at for it to be
maybe
good?
maybe more than more than the half.
Yeah, more than half, but you
Yeah.
want 90%,
Okay.
right? It
No,
can't be
no.
60 or 70. You have to know it works for whatever reason, right? So
Okay.
what would have happened if Master Yi flashed for you, right?
I'm
Or
dead.
Talon ignites you, or anything like that, right? It's just losing. There's no possible way this is good, right? Um, let's say for example, okay, maybe we kill Morgana somehow and then you die. Is that good or bad?
It's bad.
Right, because you die, AD carry die for support. So you lose 21 minions bot, and then they get dragon, right? So no matter what, the outcome should not work, right? Theoretically speaking, it just doesn't make sense, right? And then yeah, we get super lucky because you are good mechanically, right? But
Mhm.
mechanics can only get you so far. You can't win games based on mechanics alone, right?
As I
So
said, I am a bit good mechanically, but I'm
mhm.
bad at the
The decision making,
decision
right?
makings. Yeah.
Right. So this is how we work on it: is you go into game and you say,
Mhm.
before you hit, if you get the urge to hit anyone, you stop and you say, "Is this good or bad?" And I promise you, if you can build up this habit, it'll make you much better in the long run, right? You will never take another bad fight again, right? Because if you can say, "Oh, this is not good," you won't fight, and then you won't throw the game. And then if you say, "Oh, this is good," and you fight, you're gonna win, right? So the only bad thing that could happen is if you say this is good, but they already leave, so you don't get to fight them in time, right?
I think
This is
here,
better than fighting when it's not good, right? We're trying to build good habits. So the more you can think about this, the faster you can make a decision, right?
I think the general idea about my gameplay, I always do on not not really always, but sometimes I do fight that I really shouldn't do here. I go for I go for bad fights.
Right, right, right,
So
right,
I should think before fighting.
right.
Uh
Exactly. You have to have a reason to fight.
Here
Oh, this is lagging.
here I got lagging. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't worry about this. This is whatever. You don't worry about that. But yeah, I think this game is the exact same as last game, right? You're
Yeah.
always trying to fight, and you don't know if it's good. Is this good or bad?
This is good here, I think,
How do you
because
know?
um maybe she got an answer. She can't jump. I can do maybe a lot of damage here. I got Soraka and she don't have her support here. Here it's 2v1 here.
Well, how do you know she doesn't have her support?
Maybe she's not here.
That's maybe, but you don't know, right? So she
Okay,
is here, right? So if I say this is they have 3 people here or 4 people, who are they?
they win and I lose stress.
Right. So if they have Tristana, Morgana, and Master Yi, it's 2v3. You're losing, right?
Yeah,
That's how you
for
know you don't
sure.
want to do this, right? Oh, okay, Morgana is here, right? So this is how we know we don't want to do this. But then we see Master Yi mid, so we got lucky, right? What if Master Yi came from here?
Yeah,
we got a
I gotta
problem,
be dead.
right?
Yeah, I gotta be
Exactly.
dead
So
for sure.
it's definitely the idea is okay, now let's say later today you play a game and you say, oh, you see this, okay, you look at the map first and you say, okay, is this a good fight? And then if you can't say yes, then don't do it. All right, this is the one thing that's really kind of holding you back, is you always try and fight even when it's not good, right? Especially when it's not good, you try and fight.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of habit we need to break, I think.
Okay, so and is is this the only thing that that I have to fix?
Right. So the reason why it's such an emphasis on this is because every time you do it and then you die, it kind of we can't see the rest of the game because we already made that mistake, right? This is like the biggest. It just keeps happening over and over again. So anything like, oh, you should have pushed out your waves and then gone to rotate, we can't say because you didn't get the chance. You ended up dying in a fight or something like that, right? Um,
Okay.
oh, same thing here. Similar idea here, right? Is it's not good, I would say, right?
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, for
How do
sure.
we know?
Cause I just go uh enter her tower. There was 2v1. Uh,
Right. If you don't
that's
know,
all.
It's losing,
Mm.
right? So we don't have a reason. We don't have a reason here, so we're losing. That's what I want you to think. You cannot
To
come
be
up with
honest,
a reason to win. You're losing, right? So
okay.
that's how we know is that it's not gonna work. She walks away, you die, right? So we actually get away here somehow. I don't know how
Yeah.
we get away here. Oh, they
Uh,
kill Zerath, right? So they
I
kill
got
someone
away
else, but
with the fleet.
right,
It,
but
yeah.
but you lost
And
both
I said,
sums for no reason, right? And then your whole team died. So that's all. And Soraka's dying. So it's kind of it's the same thing as last game, right? So I think this is the idea that's going on in your games is that we're just picking bad fights. I think is the best
so
way to describe it.
uh,
So
so is this the only thing that I really need to think about?
right,
My
I would say this is the one thing you should work on. Everything else, don't worry
am I
about it
good?
until later.
Am I good at the other things? Like,
Well, we can't really say because too much.
mhm,
This is happening too much. Right.
okay,
Mechanically speaking, I think you've been doing really well. But in terms of going to help team or pushing or whatever, we can't say because this just happens every time. Right. Maybe the next thing you need to work on is map awareness. Right. Maybe you're like, oh, maybe you should look at the map before you fight. Right. That might tie into the same thing. But in terms of like farming and stuff, we can't really tell. Right. Um.
to
Oh,
be
you're actually
honest,
getting
here,
away here. Oh, you're dying
no,
here,
no,
right?
no, I
Yeah.
don't. I died. I died here. I just remember Talon working for me. I think here what happened? I just QB, but he know this trick. I just QB here, as you can see,
Mm-hmm.
but Mastery come to
Right.
me.
So they just have more people. They come up and then we can't do anything. Right. It's the same idea. Right. It's kind of um, we're in a spot where you cannot win, and that's what we're trying to fix. Right. So in your next 10, 20, 30 games, this is the only thing I want you to work on. Is you want to hit someone, you have to say
Mhm.
this is my good reason why. Okay. And if you can go 10 games without making a single mistake on this aspect, then you know you've gotten better at it. Right? 10 games in a row where you don't pick a bad fight, right? Only your
10
team
games
makes a
in a row.
mistake. Yeah, 10 games in a row.
Okay.
You have to watch your replays and you say, okay, I never took a bad fight. Then that's when you know you're really good at this and you need to work on something else.
Okay.
Right? But this is
Uh,
definitely the number one thing for sure. Is just you just keep trying to hit something. So that's the one thing I think you should be working on, right? Okay, and then
okay.
the other thing is, what should you do instead? You just want to
Mhm.
farm, right? You just want to last hit minions if you don't know, if
Okay.
you're not sure, right? So that's what I would say.
Uh, Agosu told me on his live that I was playing since the season 6, so I got the experience of in diamond player. He really just told me you can easy hit diamond because you played a lot of games. I just
Okay.
told told him at his chat with my OPGG. He just said that I played a lot of games and I am playing since season 6. So I don't know. Maybe he's correct. I have the experience uh, of maybe more than gold, no?
You
Because I
have
really
it's true
played a
that
lot.
you've
I
played a lot
played a
and
lot.
experience matters a lot, right? But if you don't fix bad habits or work on good
Yeah,
habits, it's not gonna get you
I gotta
anywhere,
stay.
right?
Yeah,
Right.
I
So
gotta stay at
you
this.
can for sure do it, right? You
Mhm.
have the enough games to get to diamond. It's just you need to now have the kind of decision making in kind of ideas of a diamond player,
I
right?
just need to focus. So to be
So I
honest,
would say you go into game and you tell yourself the instant I want to hit someone, you don't do it, and then you think about it. Okay, do this over
so
and over and over again until it gets really fast, right? That's kind of how you can work on it and make it really good.
uh,
And then once you can make a decision, and you can say, okay, we did it correctly 10 games in a row, you're good to go. Okay.
you said something that I really didn't understand a lot. You said don't hit the turret. So when I shouldn't hit the turret, this is the last thing that I really need to ask.
So in solo queue, what's more likely? Your team sieges a turret and gets towers, or they engage on you, everyone dies.
Uh, I think engage and everyone dies.
Agreed, right? So it doesn't matter what
Okay.
happens. Usually hitting the tower is not correct, right? So in this case, right, hitting tower, You get engaged on, everyone dies, right? So when do you hit the tower? When do you hit the tower?
Morgana will be focusing me. I think she gotta stay to Q me and make me stay under third. Maybe jungler gotta come here. So here, what I should do, I just should back off and
Right. It's like you need it's like similar to fighting. You need a reason to hit tower to siege, right?
Mm.
Say like, oh, we have blitzcrank, so we're gonna wait for a hook, or we have Lux, we're gonna try and siege, right? But most of the time in solo queue, you don't want to hit tower. Okay. How you win games in solo queue is not by, oh, we siege mid until we get their inhibitor, but we win a fight, get Baron, and win the game, right? Does that make sense? Does that sound accurate?
yeah, this is
Agreed.
makes sense.
So anytime
Okay.
someone's hitting the tower, you know that there's potential for disaster, right? So we know this is not gonna work. You have no flash, right? It just doesn't work. You know, TP or mid roam, doesn't matter what it is. It's gonna be, you're just gonna die, right? So I would say, don't hit the tower unless they can't stop you, right? They're dead. That's what I
Okay.
would say. That might help a little bit, but that's what I do. I mean, it's literally what I do in my games, right? So it may not be, you know, perfect in terms of, oh, maybe you could have gotten tower damage, but it'll prevent you from dying and throwing randomly, right? So
I'm sure if you're gonna play on my elo, you gotta win every game, cause
right,
like you know everything about this, no?
right. It's more about, you know, even if you make a mistake in lane, you will be able to set up a situation where you have an advantage and you can win, right? And we've seen in in these games, we've seen many people fight when they should not be fighting. So that's how you win. They just run at you and they die, right? It's kind of the idea. So as long
Mhm.
as we can prevent ourselves from doing that, I think you'll do a lot better.
After this session, I need to work about fighting. I really need to go only for good fights. What I
Mm-hmm.
have advantage.
Yep.
So this is the only thing that I need to work up.
Yes.
Second, you said never hit it when like it's gonna be bad. Like if I hit it, they get all in on me or something.
Right. Right. Right.
Uh,
Right.
okay. Mm,
But first thing is the big one, right? Is make sure that if you want to fight, you have to be able to explain to like your parents, you know, oh, I want to fight this because this is the reasoning, or explaining it like you're teaching people, right? Oh, I
mhm.
can fight here because I have minions, right? And if your reasoning is wrong, you can go back and watch and understand why. But you always need a reason, otherwise don't do it, right? Otherwise don't do it. Okay, sound good?
Mm. Okay. Yeah. Sounds good.
Right.
Uh,
Going
I
to
re-
game. Hmm?
mm, this is the last question that I need to.
Okay.
Did I should I stop Vayne? Stop playing Vayne?
I didn't really see your Van gameplay, right? But I think that if you really like the champion, you should keep playing it, right? It's not
But
that, you know, champion
but she's
picks.
bad. But now she's bad at the current meta.
It's like, sure, she's not the greatest, but um, honestly, what you enjoy matters a lot in this game, right? What you enjoy playing matters a lot. So if you really like Vayne, go for it. But if it's not working for you, then yeah, feel free to switch to something else, right?
Okay.
I
I hope
personally
Vayne.
don't play Vayne, so
I hope Vayne gonna be good at the next patch. So
me too, dude. I like
with
Vayne
the
a
new
lot.
items. Ah,
Yeah, I
okay,
like Vayne a
nice.
lot. So I'm always down. But honestly, if you're losing on Vayne, is exactly the same things we talked about. I'm
Yeah,
100% certain.
the
So
fights. I'm sure.
yeah, yeah,
I I really hope being challenged like you there.
yeah. One day, maybe, you know, if you
Yeah.
keep
One day maybe.
improving every game, then it's certainly possible, right?
Yeah,
So
everything is on. It's possible. So who know?
so yeah, let me know how it goes. Good luck in your games.
Okay,
Any last
thank you.
questions?
No. This is a lot. So Vilas, so I just need to work about fights. That's all.
Yes.
I need.
Yes.
Okay.
Only pick good fights. You only want to fight when it's good. And if it's bad, you're trying to kite or run. Okay.
Okay.
Depending on how bad it is. So you don't want to run forward in a bad fight. So.
Okay. So thank you here.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
This is
here's the example why we say run backwards. Right. Let me see in this. There's a Kog'Maw laning. You know how Kai'Sa is running into you, right? Let
Mm-hmm.
me see. I'm not sure if I can find it exactly, but there's a time when, oh, here we go. there's a time when she runs into you, right? This is what we want. If you kite, you're getting an advantage, right? This is why we say if you're not sure, you run, which is what's going on here, right? Not sure, you're running, right? So that's how you guys win this. So
Not sure
that's
you're
the
running.
that's the big idea, right? If it fight is bad, you kite. Fight is good, you go forward.
Okay.
That's the basics. If you don't know if it's good or bad, it's bad. So
Okay.
sounds good.
I just learned a lot today.
That's good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Let me know how it goes in your games. I'm always eager to hear how you guys are doing. Let me know if it's working, not working, or if you're improving or not. So
Okay.
sound good?
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right, man. Good luck in your games, dude. I have high hopes.
Thank you, man. Thank you a lot. That's all.
All right, have a good one, man.
Okay.